tonight is an Emmy-winning, Oscar-nominated actor you know from shows like This Is Us, An American Crime Story, as well as the film American Fiction. He stars in and executive produces Paradise. The season 2 finale streams March 30th on Hulu. Please welcome back to the show our friend Sterling K. Brown, everybody. My friend, how are you?
I'm great, brother. How about yourself?
I'm wonderful. Nice job at the Oscars.
Thank
you had
you,
a really nice performance with our friend Conan O'Brien.
Yeah,
it was
man.
a little bit of a Casablanca spoof. And,
was fun.
It was very good.
It was a good time. Thank you.
Were you nervous about? I mean, again, you've been on stage at things like the Emmys and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like doing a sketch at the Oscars is a whole nother thing.
It is a pretty big audience. It's kind of like the world.
Yep.
And you think about that before, like at first you're like, oh, you know, a few people will see it, maybe there's some clips, and it's like, no, the whole world is probably
The whole
watching
world,
this.
yeah.
Try to get it right. Try to get it right.
You were mobile. You were more mobile than you were at the Emmys this year, where you came out with a scooter.
That is correct.
Now, how did you injure yourself? I know, but tell the good people here.
I was doing this thing that middle-aged black men do called play basketball. I went left, and then I went down. Like, if nobody touched me, I didn't get hit, and I said, hey, who stepped on my foot? And they were like, sir, what do you mean? Because I'm unk status now. I got gray in the beard. And I was like, hey, just apologize, and I'll be okay. And they're like, sir, nobody stepped on your foot. And then I tried to stand up, and I sat back down, and I scooched my black ass off the court. And I rooted my team on to victory, because we were playing high school kids, and we still won.
Okay.
Thank you. That was the important part.
By the way, like, when you hit the ground and they call you sir, you know it's serious.
You know it's real, sir. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, man.
Oh, no, sir, it's the Achilles, isn't it?
It was bad.
Were you playing with your sons when it happened?
My son's coaches. So the coaches were playing against high school kids.
Okay, got it. And who gave you more grief about it, your wife or your boys?
My wife said, so I called her up and I said, hey, man, where's that emergency room that we normally go to?
Yeah.
And she's like, why are you asking? I was like, I just got to stop by real quick, check something out. And she's like, Sterling? Like, it was like Gilly?
Yeah.
Gilly? And I was like, and then the coach finally told her what happened. And she's like, you're just going to take yourself to the emergency room? Because he wanted to drive me. But Brown doesn't leave the whip unattended. So I drove myself because I tore the left foot. I can still drive. This thing works fine. And I drove myself to the emergency room.
You know what? If your wife is anything like mine, I bet she was also like pretty disappointed you didn't know where the ER was.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
that's true.
Like there were certain things Alexi asked me like when we had kids. She's like, know like the 5 most important things.
That would be one of them, and I did not know.
Yeah. When you're like,
it's true.
what is what's that 911 number? How do you dial
How does that
it?
work? That's for information, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You also did, you and your wife were on Michelle Obama's podcast.
We were.
And she gave you a hard time about the injury.
She gave me, I think, so I spoke to her husband about it. Name drop.
Yeah. It actually wasn't. I actually, you know what? I want to say, it's not a name drop when you say Michelle Obama's husband.
Well, I
it's
guess
like,
not the same way.
It's actually called a name dodge.
I tried to, underplay it,
You made us drop it.
He said he stopped playing like at age 55.
Okay.
Right? So I was like, that means I got like 6 more years, big guy. Like, why are you getting on my back? But she said, I don't know. It just happens, man. Like, it was one of those things where I warmed up, I did all the stretching and everything, like everything that I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it still just happened.
Yeah.
It's my recommendation, don't tear your Achilles.
Yeah, okay.
It sucks.
I know, I've heard about it. I think our friend Sandberg, Andy Sandberg, I think he tore his playing soccer.
Did he really?
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, it's terrible.
Just like where it's like, what happened? Too old.
Too old.
Yeah.
That's it.
Too old.
Yeah, basically.
You're about to April, I believe, Big 5-0, is that right?
Big 5-0 right around the corner.
Congratulations.
Couple of weeks. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have big plans?
I asked my wife to throw me a roast.
Oh, you'll regret it.
Do you think so?
Well, it depends. What are your friends? Do they understand where the line is?
I think so.
Yeah.
As his voice goes up 2 octaves, like I feel like laughter is my love language.
There you go.
And being able to laugh with the people that you love and laugh at yourself is important. So I just want to make people make fun of me and have a good time. That's
Also, I feel like you can put your full faith into your wife to get it right and to ask the right people. You also just celebrated your 20th anniversary with her. Congratulations.
We did. 20 years, man. Thank you very much. Yeah. Appreciate it.
I think that's more impressive than being 50 for what it's worth.
I would agree. Totally.
And I imagine laughter is a pretty important element of 20 years.
We laugh every day. Like even through hard things. And it doesn't mean that you don't go through hard things, but the ability to laugh at it, reflect on it, and just find something humorous about it makes it a little bit easier.
There you go. That's good advice. I have more to ask you about your fantastic show. We'll be right back with Sterling.
If anything happens to me, I want you to find her. Tell her our kids are in Colorado and that I came all the way here to find her. And that I made it. And you make sure that she's safe, okay? You make sure that she's taken care of. That's all I ever wanted to do. I'm sorry, Xavier.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here with Sterling K. Brown. That was a clip from Paradise. By the way,
yeah, man.
That guy's about to tear his Achilles.
Yeah.
What they're putting you through.
He's messing with the wrong dude, man.
This is a fascinating show. First, it took place first season in a bunker after a natural disaster.
Yes.
Now we're out of the bunker.
That is correct.
Dan Fogelman, the show creator, you told us last time you were here, he had a plan for 3 seasons of this show.
We just got picked up for the 3rd season.
Which is fantastic. So you're going to get to tell the whole story.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, you worked with Dan before. It must be, with this one, you started far earlier in the process than with This Is Us, where you were cast. Has it just been fantastic to work with him on a different level like this?
He's friggin' awesome, man. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Like, I friggin' love everything about him. He's smart, he's funny, he's deeply empathetic. Like, he understands character, how people interact with each other, and he understands story. Like, giving you that hook that makes you want to come back week in and week out. Like, if we get a chance to do it again, we can be like Scorsese and De Niro and whatnot of television and black and Jewish.
Yeah.
It works for me.
I'm glad you didn't say Scorsese and DiCaprio. You're too old for that.
There you go. Way too old, yeah.
A very unkind thing, or maybe not, but people always say don't work with animals, don't work with children, right? Dan has, basically, you spent a lot of the season with a baby strapped.
And a horse.
A real baby strapped to your chest.
Yeah.
This is not, every action movie actor's dream.
No.
How's the baby been, and how many different babies are they?
Brown leather babies.
Okay.
I love babies. Little white baby, very sweet, very kind.
Yeah.
I like taking care of little white babies.
Yeah.
This is my history. There's 2 babies. There's usually twins. In this case, there's 2 different babies. But you have a hero baby, and if that one gets, riled up, then you bring in baby number 2.
Right.
But I'm
is it important to let baby number 2 know they're baby number 2? Like, you're only in this scene because something went wrong with our first choice baby?
I usually don't tell them.
Yeah.
But they know.
They know, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They do know.
It's like, I've been in this trailer for a long time, Jack. But I'm kind of a baby whisperer.
Are you really?
Yeah, man. Like, I try to go into the trailer before we shoot, hang out with the baby, know his or her name, play around with them a little bit, so when I get them on set, like that, we already have a little bit of camaraderie.
I'm sure you save yourself a lot of time and everybody else. So
Way more. Yes, totally.
I want to ask, because it's a story that seems too good to be true, but you gave Dan Fogelman a gift one time. And this is a story I've heard him tell, but...
yeah, man.
All right, so...
Okay. So I drink socially.
Yeah.
Like, I don't drink a whole lot, but when you get nominated for awards and things, people love to give you alcohol.
Yes.
They're like, he drinks, look at him.
Well, it's also, and it's an easy gift, right?
It's an easy gift, right? So, Fogelman had a birthday, right? Because he's 2 months older than me. His birthday's in February, mine's in April. And for his birthday a couple of years ago, I gave him like this bottle of Lefroy, right? Very fancy bottle. No, or was it? It was blue. It was Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker
right?
Blue. That's the real deal.
Blue.
Yeah.
It was like high level. I was like, I don't know the difference. I don't drink that much, right? I give him the blue, and so he goes to break open the blue, and it's like, it has stenciled on it, like, Emmy Award winner Sterling K. Brown, thank you for your, like, so he knew I regifted it from something. Didn't even pay any attention.
That's fantastic. What you should have been like, I wanted you to know it was from me.
There you go.
So I engraved my name.
That's it.
I wanted to engrave my name and credits.
It's the Emmy that I won for the show that you wrote, so that's how it works.
Hey, man, it's always so good to see you. Congrats on season 3 coming. Congrats on season 2.
Thank you, brother.
Sterling K. Brown, everybody. Season 2 finale of Paradise streams March 30th on Hulu. We'll be right back with Rachel Grant.